There's been a lot of talk about 800 megahertz, and what exactly is that versus what we have now?
The frequencies that we're using now are being used up, and there's no room left. And so what they've done is dedicated certain levels of frequencies for public safety, which is the 800 megahertz area. So the state of Minnesota is working towards interoperability, which would allow us to communicate with our neighbors across the state through, it's called ARMOR, which is Allied Radio Matrix for Emergency Response, and that's the 800 megahertz project. The side note to that is interoperability, and that is anybody who can't go to 800 megahertz, they want to be able to connect through technology.
In this area, the surrounding counties, are they all going to 800 megahertz?
They're just starting now to push us to decide, and so right now Winona has indicated they're committing. I believe Moore County has committed to a VHF, which is the other technology. Freeborn County is committed to 800. Steele and Rice are still trying to decide. Dodge is still trying to decide. Wabashaw's still trying to decide. Goodhue is moving towards 800, and Olmsted is 800.
So with Mower County going to VHF, how does that work with communications with, others that are on the 800 megahertz system?
One of the goals is, now if we go to 800, there will be technology that will patch us together with them. Obviously, if we stay VHF, we won't have any problem communicating with them. But it depends on what we're going to do. Now that they've made a decision, it's easy for us to know that if we stay VHF, we're good with Moore County. If we go 800, we're going to have to be able to be patched to them with technology.
So from a taxpayer standpoint, what's the greatest benefit that they might feel they're getting with this investment, and how it helps law enforcement and them in general?
The biggest benefit to 800 is the state is building the towers and the equipment with the towers and they're going to put 4 towers up in Fillmore County. 2 of them are already standing. Estimated at probably $1 million a tower. The state is doing that. We don't have to buy the towers. So that's a good thing. Now, how long we get to use that equipment without paying a user fee, we still don't know. The part that's hard for us is that we'll have to make improvements at our dispatch, and we're also going to have to put all the equipment in our cars and all the radios on the hips of the officers, and then we still have fire and EMS to think about too. They need pagers, they need radios, they need base stations, and so there's a lot of equipment that needs to be purchased for us to be able to say that we are a 800 megahertz county.
So when you look at the cost of the portables and each of those, what do they typically run right now?
Anywhere from probably $2,000 to $4,000 for a portable. Mobiles, again, and prices have come down a little bit. The mobile units you put in a squad car are probably in the $3,000 to $4,000 range. It's all expensive, but when you look at what the state is putting into it, and then you start looking at the grants and different things that are going to become available, it's not going to make a decision easy, but it's certainly going to make us look out another 10 years and decide what we're going to be forced to do in another 10 years, and hopefully it'll be a business type decision that it's good for the taxpayers and it's good for us and it's a good product for us for public safety.
Okay. Any other thoughts?
No, it's a bad time with the economy to be pushed into spending a lot of money on technology, and again, when you start looking out 10 years into this, I think we have to look good at it, look close at it, and decide. And either way, we have to make changes coming up in 2013, and some studies that are being done now will help us do that.